Y'all ready for this? Feedback Friday with Jake on the couch. And Carafa. Hey, look at that. Carafa found
Y'all ready for this?
my little clampy thing. Look at that. Dave, good job. We're just setting up for Feedback Friday, y'all. Because it's Friday and I got a job and I got things to do. There's 3 people clocking in to the stream. Hello, welcome. Feedback Friday. Let me take my hat off.
Giraffe.
We're here with the real Giraffe and Jake, who is playing Giraffe on the show. You all are in store for some fun things. That sounds good.
Yeah.
You should go get some iced coffee. I'll give you money.
He can't go right now.
No, he can't. That's true.
Because he has to go to his work.
Hello, DoD. When is the next D&D session? It's right now. Wow. Episode 20 is out, so watch it this weekend. I'm not going to give out spoilers, guys, because episode 20 is a rager. A rager. It's crazy. There's Jake.
Ranger.
The things that happened in episode 20 answer a lot of questions that have been going on since season 1. Let me see. Scrotman. I thought B Team with Yomi was supposed to drop this week. We shot it, and it is dropping next week. Next week is going to be huge. You're going to have B Team Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then another episode Friday. It's going to be a banger. Next week, we're dropping 4 episodes. I can't wait for you guys, actually, to see the B Team, because it's awesome. Nicholas, thank you. Yes, please like the stream, of course. I want to, today on Feedback Friday, I'll give you guys some updates, what's going on behind the scenes, but also answer any questions you might have, if I can answer them without giving out too many spoilers. So, let me see. There's, who do we have in this? James Douglas, good. Roblox, thank you. Nicholas, DoD, my man. What do you need to start DMing? Jonathan Issa, what's up? What's up, nephew? How's it going, buddy? I'm assuming that you're almost done with your semester in college. So we'll have to set up our time for you to come to Chicago for the weekend to play D&D with all the high school students. It's going to be fun. Yes, DoD Carafa is here. He sends his silent acknowledgement of you. Oh, Jonathan, you're done already. Wow. All right, well, we'll have to see what our schedule is for summer production. Yes.
Hey, did you get my email?
Probably not.
I have an absence that needs to be cleared on the 20th.
Yeah, that one I got,
Right.
and I forwarded it to her. So
Right,
you're good. So let's talk. Let's talk about D&D. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about games. Samantha says hi. So all the seniors, which is basically almost everybody. Hello, Sir Game-A-Lot. All the seniors had senior honors assembly today.
Yeah.
DoD says hi. And then they went to senior lunch.
Yes.
And then a lot of them just left. And some of them are hanging out.
We got our caps and gowns.
They got caps and gowns.
Some of us have to work.
Turn on plug in the China ball on the back.
Look it. We got our caps and gowns.
There's caps and gowns.
We're graduating.
They're graduating.
But we're gonna leave.
We had sad moments.
We cried yesterday.
All right, maybe turn that off. Too bright.
Too bright.
Too bright.
We
Turn it
look-
off. It's like the
we're
sun.
glowing. There we go.
Prava, turn on top lights. There we go. That's
Ah,
better. So they got their caps and gowns and they're graduating, and I'm sad. Heather's not there. Heather's working. Heather this year quit college, and she has been working
Very hard.
very hard and developing her skills as a special effects and makeup artist for film. Yes, it is glowing. So Heather has been very busy, and actually Heather's working with a lot of professionals in Chicago, doing short films and music video things and photo shoots. So she's had some really cool stuff. If you follow Heather on Instagram, you would see a lot of her posts have to do with like makeup and special effects stuff. So, but yeah, it's the school year is running down. So we have one more episode to film of season 3, and that will be the end of season 3. And that's going to be episode 21, which we are filming Tuesday of next week, and it will be live Friday. But you guys have 3 episodes of the B Team with Matthew and Briz and Jack O'Brien coming up this coming week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That looks weird. It's like a hand spider. Yeah. Sam has had too much coffee, says DoD Spec Ops. That might be.
DOD, how'd you know?
Hey, Andy M is in the house. Hey, Bill. Hey, everyone. Hope everything is doing great. Yeah. Okay. So somebody asked a question. What do you need to start DMing? So a lot of people think that you need to buy the Player's Handbook, the DM's Guide, and the Monster Manual, and you don't. They're nice to have, but that's $150 worth of stuff. So what I say is, if you want to start gaming with your group of friends, this is the first book and probably the only book that you need for a little while. If you really get into it, you can buy the DM's Guide and the Monster Manual, and those are very helpful. And then if you get really into it, you can buy Volo's Guide and Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes and all the Waterdeep books and all that stuff. But honestly, if you just want to have fun with your friends, you need some dice, paper, pencils, and the Player's Handbook. Okay, let's see. Column says, oh no, I missed the start. I must have got the wrong time. No, Column, you didn't get the wrong time. We're just late because we had the senior honors assembly. So, today is a little later than normal for Feedback Friday. But I'm glad you're here, buddy. Welcome. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Crawford, it sure would be good if we had frozen coffee or iced coffee.
Yeah, Jake.
That's
Text O'Malley and tell him to stop and get us iced coffee and bring back Tony's hobo.
Oh yeah, and tell him to bring back my assassin.
So James says, hi, thank you. I'm still going through the latest episode of D&D with high school students. Yes, so episode 20 popped today. It's a big episode. Watch it, re-watch it. There's a lot of secrets that are revealed. Things that have been brewing since season 1 and through season 2 and season 3 are all starting to come together. It's the penultimate episode. It's the second to last episode of the season, and it's massive.
He's gonna wake up.
Noah Getz. Hey, Noah Getz. There's Noah, a fan and a LTTV alum. Good to see you, buddy. Hope first year of college was good. Yeah. See. So, my tips for people wanting to start up a game is don't spend a lot of money. Watch all my DM tips and GM tip videos. Get a player's handbook, some dice, paper, and pencils. That's pretty much all you need. All right, what else is going on? So, as I mentioned, season 3 will be wrapping up after the next episode. So episode 21 will be the end of it. Hey Trodat, welcome to the chat, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Can I? Let me see. The chat is moving fast. Yes, I will always rewatch the episodes. Can I please have a shout out for my parents and the wonderful dinner I had? James, here's a shout out to you and your parents. I hope the Woodwright family dinner was excellent. Cheers from Bill Allen. AJ Pickett may also be of interest to new players and GMs. Yes, I subscribe to a lot of gaming related YouTube channels. So I'm always absorbing new things from other people, and that's a great way to learn. But at some point you have to play the game. And even if you screw it up, don't worry about it. Just have fun. My biggest tip always about D&D and other games is just have fun. Can you clear this? Yeah, I need you to type in her name though. Hold on.
Bill, can I ask a
His name?
question?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you Disney?
All right, Jake has a question. You see
I
Jake in
wanna
the
know-
background?
As the DM,
Yeah.
when we're going through the story, do you have different options for different roles and things? Like what determines what happens? in the
Yes.
story? How
So
many-
Jake asks a very important question. When we're playing a game, do I have different options? Yes. So anyone can run a story that is linear from A to Z, where the players just go from one point to another point to another point to another point, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes that's called railroading or choose your own adventure, where you have very limited choices and basically the DM's telling you what you're going to do and you're there. I don't like that. I think as you evolve in your dungeon mastering skills, the best way to go is to have a bunch of different options, like a menu, and try to predict what the players might do and give them options. You want the players to have freedom, like a sandbox. They should be able to do or make anything. So, Jake, to answer your question, and many of you have probably been wondering about this, I have done zero planning. I have not planned anything. You might be asking yourself, well then how does this storyline all happen? How do you create the narrative structure?
Because you're a genius.
Because as Karafa pointed out, I am a genius. No, it's because I've been playing D&D for 40 years. So I don't need to plan anymore. I have a library of information in my brain, and I lay out a world. I create a world so deep that I don't have to plan. If the players just go totally off script and they decide to just whatever, become murder hobos or try to assassinate a king, or they just decide that they want to travel east for no reason at all, I don't have to worry about preparing because I know the world and the setting so well that I can create adventures and storylines no matter what they choose to do. With that said, yes, I do have some major plot points that I want to kind of achieve in the storyline. And it's very easy to kind of nudge people into certain directions or entice them to pursue certain plot points or storyline things. But it all goes back to having fun. Like if the players just decide that they're gonna be like, we're gonna be bandits and just start robbing caravans, like if they decide that, then I adjust. It's like improv. It's very much like improv.
Oh, okay.
Where the players have total freedom to do what they want to do. Now, there are consequences to actions. So sometimes I have to make adjustments that, to reflect that. All right, let me get caught up in the chat because you guys are lighting this chat up. Welcome, everyone, by the way. Good to have 20 people in the chat. There's Krafa and Sam and,
Hi.
and Jake hanging out in the control room today. This tripod brought to you by Karafa remembering where it was. Thank you, Karafa. Let me, I wish I could zoom out, but I'm using my phone because I'm dumb.
Davidson is here.
Okay, so, there we go. All right, so let's see. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm a German D&D beginner since some weeks on a high school, got into it through a friend, and your videos are great. I can learn stuff and have fun at the same time. Danke, Guten Tag, how do you say, Willkommen, there you go, German. Thank you. Nero Foxfire. In my campaign that I am writing up, my main villain is a fallen angel Asimar who is also a paladin whose oath is towards vengeance, but is also a hexblade. What route would I need to go for balance? Well, you could do the obvious alignment balance. So maybe you have a party of good people who want to try to help this person find redemption. And maybe there are some things, some heroic feats and deeds that that person can pursue in order to maybe find redemption. Come say goodbye.
Bye, guys.
So you could also maybe tempt the players who might initially be good or neutral, and tempt the players into following a path of wickedness. Maybe this fallen Asimar is more of a tempter who, you know, who's trying to actually recruit more people to his vengeful path. So there are a lot of different ways that you could play that. I think there are other factors too that you could include, like maybe at some point they get close to finding redemption for this paladin, but then something bad happens and you find out there's another villain even greater than that paladin who's actually puppet mastering behind the scenes. So a lot of opportunity for mystery and intrigue there as well. James Woodwright, you are welcome, sir. Column, I may possibly be taking part in my first game on the evening of Saturday, June 1st. Awesome. I will be working the local pet parade that morning, and I will probably be in bed by the time you participate, but I wish you luck, my friend. As always, if you have questions or need character tips as a patron, I am happy to help you. And that goes for all of you guys. If you don't know, I launched a Patreon, and this month has been an awesome first month. We have a lot of really dedicated patrons who I must thank because they have been phenomenal. So if you don't watch the end credits, watch them and read the descriptions below each video, because those patrons are part of why we are able to make more consistent content. I always end up missing these, but I finally caught one. Yay. Welcome, Allison. Glad you can make it. James Doyle says, just started watching today on season 2, episode 1. Very excited to watch the full season and try to get caught up. Perfect timing. Noah Getz, your big bad don't necessarily have to follow the standard class structure. All they really need is a story and abilities that will make them a threat to your players. Well said, Noah Getz. I would agree with that. Let's see. Paladin Hexblade is really powerful. Yes. So the thing about a Paladin Hexblade is you're talking about a Paladin and a Warlock, both of whom require a high charisma. That's why, as a multi-class, they are extremely powerful. And maybe one way to sync this into the narrative is you make the patron of that Paladin Hexblade the really big bad, you know. So as the characters go on at higher levels, they're dealing with the minions of this patron, whether they like it or not. Okay. Trodat also says that railroaded D&D would be boring AF. I agree. That's why I don't railroad. Let's see. Scrotman says, how many times do you allow a player to fail at a task, such as a dex check to throw a pebble to hit a window? One failure is good enough for me. If they fail, they fail.
Can I ask a question?
Yes. Ask a question, Jake.
Who's your favorite, without being biased, like towards like, who is your favorite character to build without being biased to the character is on the main one that I'm dropping?
All right.
Who's your favorite character to build?
So, favorite character from the season 3 cast?
Yes, that's it.
All right. So I didn't build those, but I would say the best build. Oh, that's hard. So Mantra that's a powerful character, but part of that is because she has stupid high rolls, right? But as a paladin, like she's the only one that could like go toe to toe with Jirafa.
With me?
Yeah.
Why? Am I
As far as the build though, I think I like Skyla's Druid. Like that's a good build, and there's nothing special about it. But at that level, she could do amazing things. All right, from the B team, I would say that Jirafa obviously is kind of a favorite, but I like Brizz's build because he's like a knife master.
Yeah, he carries all his knives and just tells
Jack's monk is awesome.
Isn't Yomi really strong? Really strong?
Yomi's good, but he's a sorcerer. There's nothing like exceptional about his build. Jenny and Jordan's characters are cool, but I would say Jordan, probably because Jordan has some experience playing D&D, she, like, the amount of spells that she uses and, like, in terms of using her character's abilities, Jordan probably wins. Like, she used everything, like skills, spells, abilities, like all of it, which is, that's what you should do. When you make a character, like, that's why you need the player's handbook. You research all the things that your character can do. And when you're playing, try to think as your character and constantly be reviewing all your abilities so that you're always maxing out your character, like playing your character to the best of their abilities. All right, let's see. Good question, Jake. I missed this amazing legendary item. Let me see. Where is that in the chat? It's somewhere in the chat. I'm so lost and so behind. All right. Oh, Armor of Brilliance. Yeah. Good point. That would be cool. All right.
Beecher's character.
Let's see. Beecher's character is fun because of his storyline. Like his relationship. He's a warlock. He's a fallen Asimar warlock, and his Sky God, we're live. Come say hi to the people. Look how pretty Skyla looks.
Hi, people.
Yay!
Hi.
There's Joe.
Where's Samantha?
She was just here, and then she left.
You gonna do a pool party?
All right, let's see. Thank you for the advice. I'll take that in consideration. Maybe even go down the route as starting it with the main villain playing alongside the players as an NPC that builds up being a baddie. Yes, Nero Foxfire, do that. Have the friendly NPC who they later discover is quite corrupted and fallen, and then they decide if they want to kill him or help him find redemption. Lots of storyline potential there. Let's see. If I have a quest item in a campaign that once there are more together attracts undead monsters, what would be a satisfying way to end the campaign apart from just destroying them? James Woodwright, I would suggest that magic item could be very powerful, not unlike the Ring of Power in Lord of the Rings. So maybe initially they don't know of its full potential, but as they get higher level, it keeps summoning higher and more powerful undead until they finally realize that they have to destroy this item, and that leads to a mega quest to destroy it because they don't know how to. They have to research how to, which involves adventures, and then once they figure out how to, they have to go on a quest to this special place and find the Anvil of Smiting or whatever it is that can destroy this item. But yeah, that could be cool. A lot of potential there.
Bill.
NPCs suggesting what they could do. The players could still go against the ideas. True, James. Karafa, we need microphones. Yeah. Well, we're using my phone for Feedback Friday because the studio's tired and it needs to rest. Team B is pretty beefy. Yeah, the B team episodes next week, you guys, for all of you just tuning in. Next week is going to be crazy. We have B team Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Episodes popping at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then Season 3, Episode 21, the finale for Season 3 will be next Friday. Well, is that like a weird loop of my ear? Second time DN session. We also need Crawford to breakdance. Good luck with that. Jim Face, yo, welcome. Brittany says, Skyla, Joe, what class is Giraffa? The character Giraffa is a half-elf fighter with the sailor background.
Sailor back.
Giraffa is both dex and strength based. So he's light armor because he has an 18 dex. He has a wicked 18 strength. And he's very charismatic as well. So, yes, with the ladies and with anyone really who he needs to
Or guy.
talk to. Thank you for your idea. I'm still writing the plans. Wizard Cretio, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Glad that you watched the latest episode. You literally must have just finished it because it posted at 12. So, Mooxhu, welcome, my patron. Don't spoil it. Yeah, no spoilers in the chat.
Please.
Season 3,
Don't-
episode
don't-
20.
Don't spoil the end game.
No spoilers.
Bill, do you want a cupcake?
I've had 2, but thank you.
Can I have a cupcake?
Jenny made cupcakes. For those of you guys who don't know, Jenny from the B team is crazy good at baking.
Why are there 2 B teams?
I'm just.
Why are there 2 B teams? Oh, Jake asked a very poignant question. Why are there 2 B teams? Well, let me tell you. All of the adventures in Season 3, including all the B teams, take place on the island continent of New Wolf Oatmai. Do they take place in the same timeline? That is the question.
You're not gonna tell us?
So are there 2 B teams, or is there 1 B team
Or is there a
with
parallel universe?
2 groups operating in different
Or
timelines?
is Bill just on crack?
Or am I just on crack?
I don't know, but I want to know.
You will find out very soon
I'll
on the
find
B
out.
team.
And then my character is going to come in as a DeLorean.
Yeah, Krafa's gonna be a DeLorean. All right, if you like strength dex fighters, you would love having a composite bow with them. Yes, true. EB, save me a cupcake. Oh, it's Garbar's. All right, Garbar's, there are plenty of cupcakes. Fear
Alright,
not.
I'll eat them all before you get here.
He was at
Uh,
work.
Where is he?
He went to work.
there are 2 B teams, but you only do photography for 1 week. Well, kind of. James Doyle says, I have some friends on one side of a continent-wide war that has humans and elves, allied against dwarves, orcs, and lizard folk. They're currently allied with the evil lizard folk. But I want to give them a chance to switch sides. Any ideas how to do something like that? Yes! Have some NPCs on both sides of the fence
Yeah, I would.
who are more sympathetic and likable. And then they can tempt the players to cross over. Like, reveal something about the other side. Like, maybe make the good guys appear to be bad. Make the bad guys appear to be good. And kind of make it more complex than just a black and white war, you know? Think about the American Civil War, right? Families fighting families. There was no good side, you know? Make it more complex. That's what I would do. Or like the Vietnam War. You know, you had civilians, but you also had the North Vietnamese army. Well, maybe, you know, you have some NPCs who are more sympathetic to the cause. Okay, Noah Getz asks, what's your opinion on the recent Unearthed Arcana, and are you excited for the Artificer to come out eventually? I could live without Unearthed Arcana. It wouldn't be that crucial. So I like Unearthed Arcana being a thing that they do for free. Like, I don't think you should have to buy books every time they change something. So I do like that. However, you can choose to play with things or without things from Unearthed Arcana. It's completely optional. That said, I think there have been some cool additions and addenda. The Artificer is, I think, a cool class. Me personally, I don't care. I think those who want to have a setting that involves a little more technology being implemented in their fantasy setting, the Artificer will be a great option. But I don't feel like it's absolutely necessary. Like, your gaming group should have a discussion about implementing stuff from Unearthed Arcana before you do it. Does that make sense? Brittany says, getting strange looks from walking through the store listening to this live stream. Awesome. D&D. Brittany's watching a D&D live stream. Surely people thought they are on the right side even though there is no right side. Yes, James, precisely. And I think that's how you make this struggle, as James Doyle has indicated, between these two sides. You make it more human by creating sympathetic NPCs. Maybe just civilians who are like victims of the war, you know? So when is Giraffa going to be released? It's the best song ever. Okay, so Tony and a bunch of the other guys have been in the studio recording the first song called Chirps on My Belly. And they're almost done with that. And then they're going to do Giraffa. So it will be soon. Story of Giraffa.
How we came up with it?
Jake, we came up with the story of Giraffa while we were in Vegas. Because we were thinking about the title of someone who is beyond a king being called a Ja. And then we would be like Ja Bill Allan, Ja Ebi, and then they're like, what would Carafa be? Ja Carafa, and then it just became Jarafa. And that's how Jarafa came about. And then Jake decided to honor Jarafa by naming his character Jarafa. Currently playing a Wild West 5e campaign. One of the PCs is a Goblin Artificer. All right, that's cool, Andy. That's cool because I think if you do something again with a little more of a technology bridge set in a setting that would allow for that, then I could totally see the Artificer really being a cool part of your campaign. I like that. You know, Carafa has to speak with a Jamaican accent, right? Whenever he speaks as Ja, that is. How's your Jamaican accent, Jake?
What are you talking about, man? That is not very good. It's alright.
What you talking about? Like this?
I couldn't go
That's
Him-
make this, man.
Him gonna talk like this. He
You
say,
know
girl,
that-
what you doing alone on the island of love? Why don't you come over here and spend some time with me?
We go down do that and we have a couple code ones, man.
Jarafa, Rafa, Rafa.
I feel
Alright.
like it's better than some, but it's not great.
Good suggestion, Brittany. Jake, you have to work on your Jamaican
I'll take some
accent.
acting classes tonight.
Also, as a new DM, does it hurt to write down how many times a player rolls a natural one, then try to reward that player later after beating a boss or mini boss with a special roll for treasure or items? I don't think it hurts, but I also think that there's a reason why all these games have dice, because dice adds a randomized factor. Now, if you were a patron on patreon.com/BillAllenWorld, I produced a video about how much should you be rolling dice. For only $1 a month, you too can access Wisdom Wednesday with Bill. But the summary of that is you don't always have to have people roll dice. If it's something that's easy or reasonable for their character to do, if the character has proficiency in something and it's not exceptionally challenging, then don't make them roll. Just give it to them, let them have the action for free. Sometimes I like to reward players who are creative, and that's a good shot actually, because I'm like
Yeah.
centered between you guys.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Look, you see Joe's
Oh,
over
no,
my
Scott,
shoulder.
you gotta go back to
There's
this.
Joe.
Oh, where?
So that's good, that's good.
So, yeah, so sometimes
Ew, I
it's
look
fun.
So ugly.
No, you don't.
Look at
Hey, Scott Marish, welcome, my friend. So to address your original question, Nero, you can have people roll or have people not roll. You are the DM, you choose, and you make it fit based on how well they've done. Rewarding people for good role playing is always fair. If they're into their character and they play their character well, I definitely would do that. Whether that's with treasure or however you want to, or give them advantage or a point of inspiration. That actually, the 5th edition mechanic for inspiration is the best way to reward a person for playing in their character well or for doing something clever, saving the day, that kind of stuff.
Can I ask a question that may give away some stuff but won't?
Why do you have to keep asking questions?
Hold on.
I wanna know.
Nicholas Holmes says, by the way, didn't folks know that guns have been in D&D for a while? Yes. Many older editions had supplemental rules for implementing guns, and sometimes it wasn't like modern guns. It was like an arquebus or a single shot rifle, a musket, some stuff like that. But I've really never been a fan of having guns in my fantasy world. I mean, really, like any spellcaster with a cantrip that can shoot things, that's basically a blaster. Where are we? Brittany says, as for feedback, I revealed the Pandora box twist and my kids hate me for it. They feel like they did an evil thing. Oh, well. Yeah, but it was probably fun. Scott Marish, planning my next D&D session as we speak, a temple to a black dragon in a swamp where the cult is trying to artificially crossbreed good dragons with a black dragon. That is dope. I like that.
Dragons are dope.
Lots of opportunities for that cult to have additional places and locations where people could be tempted to do things. Maybe the cult tricks the party into doing something for them that helps them with this strange experiment. Wizard Critio, do you think that I should use an idea which I made for a VR game for my media studies, or do you think that implementing a VR RPG game into D&D is a bit too railroady? I think it could be fun. Wizard, here's what I'll say. Sometimes gimmicky stuff for like 1 or 2 sessions is fun, but I wouldn't make it like the focus of the whole campaign. Right? Like, I don't always use minis and terrain for every adventure because sometimes you don't need them. There's rules for guns in the DMG as well. Thank you, James Doyle. David Ayotte says, how long does it typically take you to come up with your own homebrew campaign? I've been working on my world for 20 years. 20 years. So, does it take that long to plan a campaign? No. But to plan a world that's the size of Jupiter, it might take you a while. As I said earlier in the stream, before there were 27 people, I did not plan anything for Season 2 or Season 3. I made it all up. And that is because I've been doing this for 40 years. So it's improv. I plant some seeds for adventures. I have a menu of options. And I plant those seeds. The players kind of pursue what they want to pursue. I make adjustments and I create a storyline based on what they're interested in doing. And it works, obviously, because our community is awesome. And you guys are all awesome. Thank you for your support. I would love to summarize it, but that's not enough time or space here. Maybe I can shoot you an email if you are all right with that. Always, Brittany. thebillallen@gmail.com. Ooh, yeah. Nicholas Holmes points out that it would be devastating to have a moving anti-magic field generator in combination with firearms. Yeah, that could be a campaign. Somebody invents firearms, and then they have a powerful wizard who anti-magics everyone else. So really the only blasters are the people with the firearms.
What?
There's actually a movie. It's an animated movie by Ralph Bakshi. It's a post-apocalyptic movie called Wizards. If you are 13 or older, you should watch it because it mixes magic with technology and the whole struggle between magic and technology. That's kind of the premise of Wizards. It's a really cool, kind of trippy late 70s animated movie. Scott says, by the way, love D&D with high school students. Only complaint is there is never enough. Yes, me too. But we're trying. Next week, we're going to have 3 episodes of the B Team, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Season 3, Episode 21, which is the finale, will be next Friday. We're shooting it.
Did he say there weren't enough episodes, Bill?
Yes, everybody wants more.
I want
Well,
more.
it's hard.
Are you thinking about running a higher level campaign for the high school students in the future? Yes. This summer, we will have the summer sessions. And hopefully, you will see many familiar faces from previous seasons. So that should be fun, and they will all be slightly higher level. I will become a patron. Thank you, Nero. Appreciate you. Let's see. James Doyle, what are some of the most recent additions to the world you created? Obviously, the first steps, who lives on the planet, but after 20 years, that's a lot of detail. Yes. So my long-term plan is to publish my gaming world and for it to be system neutral, which means you could play it in any edition of D&D or really any gaming system, Pathfinder, Savage Worlds, whatever you like. The world has quite a few continents, and each one of those continents has thousands of potential adventures. So it's a massive world. The scale of the world is about the size of Jupiter. So there are smaller continents like New Wolf Otmai, which is basically an island continent, and then there are supermassive continents that are, huge. Season 1 was set on the continent of Arakazine. Seasons 2 and 3 have been set on the continents of New Wolf Otmai. We may be doing Season 4 on New Wolf Otmai, or we may be moving to another continent. It depends on who the cast is going to be. Let me see if I can find IMDb, Wizards, Ralph
Oh, wait, really close.
Bakshi. Wizards was an animated feature from 1977. It is on my all-time favorite nerd movies list. So now I am sharing that in the chat with you all. To address James, what are some of the most recent additions? The island continent of New Wolf-Otmai is the most recent addition to my world. So even though we've had more content on that than any other area in my original world, I might actually publish that because it's the newest. I might publish that first. And then go to Arakazine. Arakazine is probably the second most developed continent that I have in my world. The next one would actually be the continent of Zarach. That's very developed with a full history, races, all that kind of stuff. And then probably Kem, which is a massive continent, and that's where the lizardman race, known as the Kemrog, that's where they live. I would probably do Sakura after that, and then Sarasan, and then the Medusa Isle. Although if the Kickstarters were successful enough, I might release the Medusa Isles before I do the third continent release.
And this is all your world?
Yeah, those are
Can you
all
draw a map of
continents.
what the world looks like?
I do have a map. I've never published it because I don't want people to see it yet. I'm a little bit secretive about my world because my goal is to be able to publish these as hardcover books and PDFs and do a Kickstarter for each one.
That's so dope.
Yeah, so I have thousands of pages of documents written for the original world. Races, whole pantheons of gods, everything. The only continent that has races familiar to standard fantasy stuff is New Wolf-Otmai. New Wolf-Otmai is the only continent that has like basically player's handbook races. Brittany says, would you do a thing where the students are switched with their PCs?
What does that mean?
Oh, that could go a lot of different ways. So like where you actually play each other's characters, or where they play a character of themselves.
Ooh.
Like the old D&D cartoon where you just get teleported and like now Skyla's actually in the world of D&D.
Like Jumanji.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Skyla, level 1 hippie chick.
Good
Jake
one.
Eby, level 2
Dork.
Douchebag.
chef. Like a body swap. That would be interesting, Brittany. That
Brittany,
would be
that was a
interesting.
smart idea.
Yes. I mean, that movie in Anti-Magic Field works with heavy crossbows too. True. What movie? God, I'm so behind on the chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me see.
Clap my cheek.
You planning on doing a Kickstarter or the like for your publication? Yes, David, I shall. Nero Foxfire. Why I ask is I had a female who rolls where real bad rolls to the point where we had to change her so she wouldn't die. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, remember, the number one rule is fun. So if somebody's not having fun playing their character, then, you know, help them out. Thanks, folks. Now I'll have something to watch later. Yes, you should. Well, luckily this is a private chat and no one can see it. Bill, have you seen Gamers? That was filmed at Pacific Lutheran University in Park. Like the Gamers series, the web series by Zombie Orpheus Entertainment, then yes. I've also been a big fan of Journey Quest. I think it's very entertaining. I got inspired by your tabletop terrain creations. I'm hoping my DM will use it in the future. Well, thank you, Mark. This summer, Skyla, are we going to craft things and paint things this summer?
Heck yes, we are.
We're going to get back into the crafting chair, people. We're going to do terrain. We have a stupid amount of terrain that needs to get painted. So hopefully we're going to have Crafty Thursdays.
Yes.
And we're going to have lunch and do live streams where we just sit around a table.
We're gonna eat tacos.
Yeah.
And paint.
Yeah, and paint things.
Yeah.
And we'll make terrain and paint minis.
Yeah.
And that's right. So hopefully once, you know, school's out and summer started, Thursday afternoons we'll have Crafty Thursdays.
Oh yeah, we will.
So that'll be fun. Speaking of movies, what is your opinion on Mazes and Monsters, Bill? That's the old D&D propaganda movie that basically makes D&D look bad. It was cheesy and horrible, and I didn't like it when it came out. I too thought it was hilarious in a way. I will agree with you. Wizard Cretio, Sakura, Asian campaign. I want your advice how to integrate magic into a medieval Japan. So, sort of. Sakura is actually the oldest continent. I came up with Sakura when I was 8 years old. And it was basically just like, Japan, Sakura. And when D&D First Edition released Oriental Adventures, I created my own homebrew continent called Sakura. And years later, I was like, you know, even though I invented that as a kid, I had a lot of really cool ideas. So I started reworking it. And now Sakura is part of the world of Kekapulan, and it's going to be exciting. So there are definitely cool ways to shake it up a little bit. But I didn't want to just copy the original Oriental Adventures. So I kind of started creating my own kind of like Asian hybrid culture system. But there are some elements there like honor and prestige and stuff like that. So the Rock Gnome is Willie Stroker, right? Why didn't the party ask for his name yet? Mark, congratulations. The Rock Gnome is Willie Stroker. The party has not yet asked for his name, which is funny. Now, even if the party did ask for his name and he said, I'm Willie Stroker, it would be metagaming if they suddenly started to act differently because they don't know Willie Stroker. Nobody in the current party knows Willie and Trixie. So, but yes, the two people working for the Blonde Elf are Willie Stroker and Trixie.
Should we not have heard that?
No, you could hear it, but you have to roleplay like you don't know. That's the difference between role-playing and metagaming. The hot blonde elf that you liked was Trixie.
Oh.
The pirate elf.
Oh, that's so trippy. Oh. That's, who's that, Heather? Or no?
No, that was Anna.
Anna. No wonder she wouldn't.
I was thinking like Giraffa and Cademan switch, but like the old cartoon would be really interesting. Yeah, true. See, there are a lot of, maybe that's something we could toy with as like a one-shot. Like, what would it be like to switch characters? Have you ever played Mage the Ascension? Yes, Jim Face. I consider myself a master of the game Mage. I got into the White Wolf role-playing games, starting with Vampire back in 1993, and played extensively for about 10, maybe 15 years. My favorite game out of all the White Wolf things was Vampire, but a very close second was Mage, and we played a lot of Mage. I think if you are an advanced role player, Mage the Ascension is possibly the best, most creative and flexible magical system ever invented. I know that's a bold statement, but it's, if you're into like magic, where you truly are not like held by just like existing spell lists, where you can literally explain the magic that you want to do and how you do it, Mage the Ascension's system by White Wolf is amazing. Jonathan Issa, can I help with crafting too? Yeah, if you're in town, buddy, you're welcome to do that.
What's up, brother?
What's up, buddy?
Oh, what's up? Baseball
Jack
game.
Weston's in the house. You guys might remember Jack from, yeah, there you go. There's Jack from Dungeon Mayhem Tournament. Also a graduate. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Graduate.
Made it to the final four,
That's true.
then got executed.
True.
I did try the
Just don't
Grizz
hate
one.
the tacos. Ever participate in LARPing? I did once. I LARPed at a vampire LARP in Chicago back in the 90s, and it was fun. I did one night, and then I was done with it because I didn't like paying someone to play, but it was fun.
I keep eating cupcakes.
Marcin. Hi, I have a question. Is the monster with odd and very specific way of defeating is fair, way like pouring healing potion on it? I'm not sure I understand the question, but anything's fair as long as it's fair.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, Jenny made those.
These are good.
Jenny made dope
I ate
cupcakes.
3 of them.
Jen.
How long is the timeline?
Jenny, you make good
Oh my God,
cupcakes.
I was leaning back in the
How long is the timeline for the episodes we've watched?
No, like, because I know there's
Or the history
there's a
of my
timeline
world.
For D&D, correct?
Yes.
In Word, can you tell us at least where the timeline is? Like, give us a range? Because I know you can't tell us whether we're in the same timeline as the other group. But could you tell us what? You know what I mean?
You're in the same timeline as the other group.
It's
You are.
How have you not learned this yet?
I wish I had my suit and tie.
Figure it
for
out.
this.
It's hard to understand, but it will all be revealed
got
in the
it.
final episode.
I already feel like I know what's happening.
Yeah, Skyla's tuned into that.
Yeah, I am.
She's in sync with the cosmos.
Oh, I'm always in sync with the cosmos.
All right, so let's see. One time I was in a 3DM campaign. Basically, Europe was Forgotten Realms, Al-Qadim was the Middle East, and Karatur was Southeast Asia. Each setting had a DM and we played the same characters. Scott Marish, that is dope. I am envious of that. That would be the shit, boy.
Sakura!
I would be all over that campaign.
Hello,
My nephew Jonathan Issa is in the chat. Jonathan's in college.
Hi.
Just finished his
Hi,
first year,
Where do you go?
Iowa.
Oh.
Well, he's from Iowa, so come on.
Alright.
Be nice.
Oh.
So
It's also very cheap if you're in Iowa.
that's right. So Jonathan,
And as cheap as
a lot of people complaining about season 8 of Game of Thrones. I can't complain. You know why? Because Game of Thrones, you were warned from season 1, from episode 1, season 1. You should have known that this show is the most not fuckingest around show on television. And anything can happen in Game of Thrones, and you got to know that. And I didn't like everything that happened in season 8, but, you know, it is what it is, man. Brittany says, hi, Jack. Nero Foxfire says, thank you so much for the advice. Watching your videos has helped me a lot with understanding a little bit more about D&D. That is awesome.
Brittany.
I'm here for you, Nero. You guys are our community. You support us. It's the least I can do. Brittany, how would you make a character that is just yourself? Okay, so I did this multiple times. We did it when we were little kids in like middle school. We basically did a series of physical tests to determine our strength, constitution, and dexterity, and then we ranked ourselves. And then for intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, we also had like a group committee rank us based on our academic abilities for intelligence,
That's what I'm.
our like awareness and able to like infer meaning with our wisdom, and then our personality for our charisma. I was always very highly ranked because I'm me. So did the armor surface decoration video I sent you some time ago help inspire any unique designs for armor yet? Yes, sort of. So Mantra at the end of this season is going to find armor that is going to be inspired by, let's say. Let's see. So Bill, is the next season going to be non-PHP races, or did I catch that wrong? Okay, so I can't tell you what season 4 is going to be yet because I don't know. The summer sessions will still be in New Wolf Oatmai, so it'll be the same race options as what's on that continent. If we move to another continent in my world for season 4, there would be all different race options. And it depends on what continent we set it in. So that's going to be a discussion with whoever's going to be in that cast.
What was your plan?
Oh, hey, Ann. Ann saying hello from the Pacific Northwest. Just watched episode 20 and loved it. Awesome, thank you. It was a hell of a ride, episode 20. Caleb saying hi. Thank you, Caleb, for tuning in. Brittany, gotta get to gym. Oh, gotta get their gym class grades then. Yeah. Oh, for their characters, yeah. GOT is the trash. Anyway, especially when it came to choreography. Legendary swordsman. Yeah, kind of true. So glad I finally got here for the chat. Kept missing it. Column says there was less death in GOT. I know. I normally on the bus home. Scott says, I love how these days you
When I was eating my cocaine.
yeah. So Scott Marish brings up a good point about custom minis. We have been blessed by our friend DoD Spec Ops and several others of you who have sent us minis. So thank you for that. DoD killed it with the custom minis for the cast. And we're working now on minis for Jenny and Jordan for their characters Arya and Capella. So that should be happening this summer.
Is the
Yes.
BC episode with Jack and Bridgedrop?
No, not yet.
Never mind.
There's Jake sleeping on the couch.
I had a question about
There's
that,
me.
but I can't say it.
There's
Look
Skyka.
at the heels I wore today.
Those are some serious platforms,
Tell me
dude.
about it, man.
Those are
They
Paulette.
I wish I had my
robes.
suit and tie on for you guys. But
President Weston.
I went-
President Weston.
Jake was my bodyguard today.
You know, we did get some recognition today at the senior honors.
Yeah, you did.
We rolled out
Oh my God.
our little bit of pride here. My students once again won a crystal pillar for live sports. So what that means to you people is the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences gave us a crystal pillar, which is a student Emmy, for live sports. So we won #1 in Chicago and Midwest. This moves us up to the
Yeah.
Nationals.
I didn't do
Yeah.
anything for that, but
Yeah, but you know,
I did.
family. So, but it was pretty dope. We're
Ruby Heels.
we are once again the #1 in the nation. It's nice.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey.
Jonathan became good friends with someone from our school. Who? Maybe we know them.
Maybe.
Groovy heels, Skyla.
Interesting.
Thanks.
Brittany likes your heels. Scott Marish, Bill, I'm definitely going to work out being a patron. Just have to figure out how much I can afford. Money is tight. I feel you, man. You know what? Whatever you guys can do. And even, by the way, you could go make a Patreon account, guys, and just follow the Patreon.
Megan Bonneville.
That shows support.
She's a year older than us.
Megan
She goes-
Bonneville,
She goes
yeah.
to college in Iowa.
Yeah. So he knows her. He became good friends with
That's
Megan
cool.
Bonneville. Yeah, see?
That's cool.
Jack knows
That
her.
is.
That's so cool.
DoD.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, Jake.
Yeah, Caleb James is currently playing a halfling rogue, but he wants to make a warlock based off of Beecher's character. Yeah, Beecher's character is kind of a cool concept, especially as a DM. It's fun to have that element with the patron and the whole pseudo dragon, Jaquan.
Yeah, how does that work?
Oh,
So,
hello.
any wizard actually could have a familiar. But warlocks with a certain pact, they can connect with a special familiar, and they can speak telepathically with them, like anywhere. Like Jaquan could be in like another country,
I can't do that.
Right hand.
not
Oh,
unless he
is it
became a
right?
warlock.
Okay.
Actually, you could become a warlock.
Could I get like
You
a
could be a
dog?
multi-classer. Oh, maybe instead of 5th level fighter, dude, we should have
Eh.
jammed Giraffa up to a warlock.
Could we do that instead?
Oh
Because
my
I want
god.
to be, dude, what if I got like a giant
Gems
dog?
will check out soon.
Oh my god, you'd be a fighter world. You know what? Basically, you'd be a hexblade.
Jam
by
lab.
then. Well, let's see.
We'll talk.
Kobolds are the bestest friends, especially if you're a half dragon.
Hobos?
Kobolds.
I
Hobos.
thought you said hobo.
Hobos are cool too.
I was like, I love hobos.
One time in college, I was on Green Street, hammered, and I'm walking back from the quad, like long night, and I sit down next to this bum on the street, and I got a can of beer in a bag, and I'm like, you want a drink? He's like, hell yeah, man. So he drank, didn't
That's awesome.
waterfall it. He just like drank
just
out of my can, and then he gave it back to me, and I drank it.
And
That's
how-
brotherhood.
So just don't do that ever.
That's
All right,
how Bill
um,
got first.
Wait, is it-
That's
we
how
telling
Bill
stories
got
Herpes.
herpes.
Are we telling stories about hobos?
Maybe.
No,
Maybe.
Maybe.
not you.
I mean, I was in Denver one time. I was young, and I said there was a lot of hobos there. So I was like, I don't mean to be racist or anything, but I think hobos offend me. And I was like, I don't know how old I was, but my mom told me after that that's not a race. That's just a that's a lifestyle. Fuck.
You thought it was a.
That's
That's what I said. And then I was like, all right.
Well, gypsies are
Yeah.
lumped in like that. Gypsies come from all over the world, but you call a person a gypsy, they're a gypsy. All right. Wow, this chat is flying. Thank you all for tuning in. This is fun. We have 34 people live on the chat right now. Andy M, thank you. And I will say that hand me Sam's special mini. The one that's in the little
In here?
cooler. Yeah.
That's
Giraffe in there too?
No, only she is.
You can't crowd Sam's world.
Yo, I was trying to.
Ew, I need to go change.
Not me.
I look funny.
Same.
My camera sucks. You still can't see it
One,
good.
two, one.
Focus.
Weirdos.
Focus. Can I make it focus if I do that? No. Stupid.
Almost there.
Stupid. Look at that That's a
Kind of see it.
that's a custom mini right there, buddy. Look at that.
Who made that?
Me.
No. Thank you, Column. We are very proud. We are. Are there any other school TV stations in the area? Yes, there are 50. Just in the Chicago area and South Wisconsin and Northwest Indiana, there are 50 other high schools with TV stations. How do I know that? Because we're part of an organization called the Midwest Media Educators Association, and there are 50 member schools. And we are consistently the best in live sports.
Not to toot our own
Not
horn,
everything.
but-
Oh, but remember, Jake, what did you win? Didn't you win something for your cooking video?
I did. I got 5th out of the entire
Fifth
schools
place?
for demonstration
Yep.
video.
Uh-huh.
So bad.
And Job Rosero made a documentary that won things.
Yes, sir.
And so yeah, we did pretty well this
We
year.
did really good too.
Sports and performing arts for Jams with Jack featuring Free
Oh yeah, I was
Equilibrium.
in that too.
Ooh.
I got
Jake was
second.
on camera for that. That was second in the performing arts category. So yeah, we killed it this year, dude. Celebrations. Really great news on the pillar thing. So my favorite 5e character is Bart, the half-elf bard.
Hungry.
Bards are a good way to go. They're fun.
Wait, where'd that-
32 watching, only 16
Ooh.
likes. Yeah, DoD is right. All you people need to smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe.
Or a case of the,
Cheese, pizza.
no.
Oh.
My current DM is Degenerate, who normally is a power gamer and his whole campaign is fighting. Yeah, that's kind of boring. I feel for you. I've played with power gamers before, and it's so boring. All they care about is like racking up treasure, and I'm like, let's play the game. They spend more time looking through books and like figuring out how to max out their character.
Can you explain that a little more?
Okay, so some people play in D&D
Explain
like
that.
it's a game to win, right? Now I'm a competitive person by nature. Like everything I do is competitive. But
Same.
D&D is not about a game to win. It's about playing a story. Of course you want to win within each little storyline. But there are some people who like go through the rules and like basically try to like min-max the best character that they can make without really caring about like playing the character and story. They're all focused on like I want to max out my character with this or that. I want to be the most powerful, blaster or most powerful wizard or most powerful fighter or whatever. So that's what I mean, and it gets old after a while. Like when all you care about is how much treasure you got, you're missing the point. What are your thoughts on totally non-magic role-playing campaigns in a fully realistic medieval setting? Did you take part in any? Vitre. What a great question. Well, let me tell you, my friend. In several continents of my original world, arcane magic is banned. Not only banned, but it's been banned for so long, both legally and culturally, that it has disappeared. So there is no arcane magic on the island of Arakazine. Divine magic is still very powerful because the gods are very active in the world, but arcane magic is not. So when you refer to a campaign setting where you have a very medieval setting with no magic, that's not too far off from the continent of Arakazine in my original world. Now, I also played in a King Arthur campaign using first edition D&D rules. There was no arcane magic. There was no divine magic. It was literally like we played through the Pendragon Legacy. We started with like Uther Pendragon and went through a whole series of campaign things there, and then like had the next generation come through with King Arthur. We did all these quests in that setting, and that was cool. That was back in high school with no magic, and it was super challenging. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun. Vote for Pedro. Yes, vote for Pedro. Of course.
Napoleon.
Scott Marish said, I once had an idea to write a musical called Death of a Hobo. I think I'll adapt it to either D&D or Call of Cthulhu. Thanks for the idea, Guy in Blue.
Scott.
Jack, that's right, that's Jack. You should do that, Scott Marish, and then send it to us.
Wait, what?
Why'd you say Skylar?
Thanks for the idea, Gandhi. Wait, what happened? I think I was.
He's gonna write a song based on your hobos. Jonathan
Ooh,
says,
on
I
my
wish
hobos?
you could come and
Okay.
improve my old high school's news broadcasting program. I could do that. I am for hire for video consulting. We do that quite a bit, actually. In fact, hashtag spoilers, you know who's going to be helping out the official Gen Con studio with their studio build? That's right, ya boy Bill.
Yeah, boy.
And, and probably Carafa. All right,
Gotta have
Carafa.
Gotta include Craft.
Where is Carafa?
He likes
Bravo.
the Truck.
Giraffe forever.
Hey Bill, it's me.
Hey.
Just have a pseudo dragon as a familiar because they're so cool and give them a special thing. Ryan Atkins, that's our boy Ryan that we met in Vegas, remember?
Hey Ryan.
Hey Ryan.
Hey Ryan.
There's Ryan.
Hey Ryan.
Joe Bracero.
Joe, wave hi Ryan.
How's it
We
going?
met Ryan. Ryan's a fan, high school student that we met in Vegas when we were at NAB. It was kind of dope. He came out.
He remembers now.
We took a picture with Ryan. Yeah, Ryan, you know what? I could do that. Maybe I realized, actually Jake realized after the last game session that Giraffa was only level 3 and he should have been level 5. So we have to level Giraffa up for the next game session. Don't drink after hobos, but Bill did it. That's true. What kind of race class combination would you be, Bill, if you could make yourself in D&D? I would be a human dad. I'd be a human
I just got
fighter.
that. Like, it just hit.
Human bard. Human bard.
Bard.
Bard. Because I'm a storyteller.
Be a shark.
I would be a human bard. That's what I would be.
Dungeon Master Bill.
You can join by removing the negative stat from Volos as a DM. Curdlemac remembers. We remember. All you have to do is give him one. Kobolds are cool. I once had an idea to write a musical. We read that already. Oh my god, there's so many things in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Call of Cthulhu. Yes. One of my top 5 games of all time. Call of Cthulhu. If you like horror fiction, you should read H.P. Lovecraft and Edgar Allan Poe and Robert Louis Stevenson and Richard Matheson, and then make a Call of Cthulhu campaign because it's dope. It's mysterious, and people die in it. It would be fun if you did an online D&D session with high school students and fans. Guess what? You can do that if you follow me on Patreon.
Yeah.
Because my upper level pledgers get to play in games. We're going to schedule one for June. It's going to be our first one-shot with some of the lords and minor deities of Patreon. So get up on that if you want. Let's see. I just got here while watching D&D with High School Students Season 1. Just have to watch the ending, but this live stream popped up. And now you got a viewer from Netherlands. Welcome!
Hello.
I don't know how to say welcome in Dutch.
Hola.
But I will say willkommen in German, that's close. Bienvenue in French. Bienvenidos in Spanish. How do you say welcome in Italian?
Hello.
Come on, Skyla. How do you say welcome in Italian?
What? I don't know.
What about you, Bracero? God, you guys are imitations.
You're so welcome.
Skyla's about as
Joe!
Italian as a beef sandwich.
You're right.
Where would be a good place to get minis, monsters, and heroes in the UK? Ooh, James, I got you. I literally have a tab called RPGs. There's a place called EM4 Miniatures. I think they are based out of your homeland of the Britain. What the hell is wrong with me? Let me see. Minis. Plastic miniatures, metal miniatures.
It's hello in Turkish.
Maharba.
Maharba.
All right, EM4 Miniatures. I'm putting it into the chat. I would be really focused on making stuff. Buongiorno. Oh yeah, buongiorno. That's Italian.
Oh,
Buongiorno. Yes. Yes. Welcome. Hey, buongiorno. Here's
Spaghetti.
Skyla. E Joe Bracero.
Oh, droga.
Ay, Berwin.
José Bracero.
Welcome in Dutch is welcome. Sounds about the same. Welcome. 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 Thanks, Bill. Cool. Recommended by Bill. I'll have to try them out. Yes, I also have. Hold on, we're not done with metal minis or plastic minis because JT. Remember the golden rule.
Hey.
There's
I'll see you
another.
practice, Chetan.
There's another European. There's another European mini maker.
Sorry.
And they are called Lead Minis, Lead Adventures. Lead Adventures, I think, is out of DE. What is DE? Denmark? Or is that Deutschland? .de. Germany? They make really cool minis too. They're out of Europe. And then the last one, oh wait, hold on. Sorry, second to last one. Stand by. Foreground. Now, Foreground really does more of, they have miniatures, but Foreground has a lot of terrain. And Foreground is based out of the UK. There's a link for them. And then the last one, hold on, stand by. Then I got one more that you guys can check out, which is also dope. Now this is really more, hold on, I gotta find the link. Where the hell's my link? So this is really more terrain, okay? But this is also based out of Europe, and that's Tabletop World. Now Tabletop World, man, I'm gonna tell you, they are not cheap. But if you wanted to buy pre-made terrain that looks fantastic and then paint it yourself, Tabletop World is your jam, boy. Computer games. Does anybody play computer like RPGs? I play Dungeons and Dragons Online still, DDO. It's like an old game, but I play that. And I play Skyrim on the Xbox 360 because I'm old and I'm a dad. Exanima. Nicholas says try Exanima as a game. Yeah. Oh, well, DoD points out Hero Forge is also a good option. They're pricey, but they're dope. Goro. Yeah, what's the problem? Yeah. Questo non importa. I don't even know what I said in Italian.
I think I grabbed my money and not your money, to be honest.
Do you have a hobo with you to make Tony's day?
Yeah, I have Tony's.
Yeah, give me that. So, let's see. Oh, on the topic of miniatures, Warhammer miniatures work. You know, any miniatures work, man. They might not all be the same scale, but who cares? Minis are like extra. They're gravy. So if you have minis for your table, if you have terrain for your table, it adds a little something, but you don't need that. I played D&D for like 30 years without minis. I only got my terrain game on like 5 years ago when I had a midlife crisis and decided to spend $1,000 on Dwarven Forge, and my wife wanted to divorce me. But I was like, you know, some guys buy like a Harley, and I bought D&D things, so it's still cheaper. Yeah, also, by the way, if you're looking for cheap minis, go on eBay and see if you could find people selling Mage Knight. So Mage Knight was made by WizKids. It was a game for kids, but the minis are pretty close to D&D scale, and you could tear off the bases and put them on D&D sized bases if you want, or just play with them with the Mage Knight bases. But you could get a stupid amount of like, I got like 200 Mage Knight minis for like $80. So that's another way to get cheap minis. And they're all pre-painted, and the paint jobs are kind of crappy, but whatever, they're cheap. So a lot of the monsters and like NPCs that you guys see me use are actually just cheap Mage Knight minis, and I keep them in a box. Welcome in Italian is benvenuto.
Benvenuto.
Benvenuto. Yes, thank you, Trodat. Benvenuti. Benvenuti Skyla e Matteo. Matteo. Slancha. Slancha is like cheers in Irish. Got any soundtrack playlists to recommend? Hell yes, I do. As I mentioned, I subscribe to several
Hey, do you have Venmo?
several YouTube channels that are amazing. And today's pick for Feedback Friday will be none other than the amazing musical creations of... I gotta find it now. Damn it. Hold on. I'm like hyping it and I can't find the link. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Is it really class time?
Oh wait, no, do they commute or no?
Oh well, there's something. I forgot about that.
So, there are a pair of brothers, Brandon and Derek Feichter. They have a YouTube channel with hundreds of hours of fantasy music to delight and please you. You should absolutely, number one, go subscribe to them, and then number two, use their music in your game. Here's the link. Boom. That's the link to their channel that I just posted. So go check that out because they are awesome. And they're the nicest guys too. I emailed them and asked them permission if we could use their music in the games, and they're like, yes, by all means, we love to support education. So DoD Spec Ops points out refurbished minis are also a good buy. You just need to repaint or leave them be. Bill Allen's marriage advice is on point. Yes. Slancha is to your health. Danzig. Who? Yes, Danzig. Yeah, for certain games, Danzig is the path. Anytime I played Vampire the Masquerade or Mage the Ascension, any modern stuff, Danzig.
Hi, Bill. This is the last time I'm ever going to be in your class on a
Go
real
say,
school day.
go sit down
No, that's so sad.
and say your goodbyes, and that people will still see you on the beach.
Oh yeah.
You're live.
So this is the last time I'm gonna be here. Thank you guys for adopting me into your little world. I know I'm not the best D&D player, but I still think
But you'll still be here in the summer for beach.
Yeah, I'll still be here for the B team, but
This is your- This is the
my
last time you're
goodbye.
here for class.
Yeah, class. So maybe next year if I come back, I'll make it for a live stream. But I don't know. So thank you guys. I'll see you later. Make sure to tune in to B team because it's gonna be the best episodes yet. All right.
That's right, Matthew. We'll see you.
Oh.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, Skyka. Alright, where did we leave off? Cinque. Cinque is 5 in Italian. Uno, due, tres, quattorze, cinque. I don't know Italian. I know French. I speak French pretty fluently. On account of video games, did you check out Kingdom Come Deliverance?
Jake, I feel that. That was sad.
I saw the trailer for that and that looks dope.
That was hard.
Jake, do you still have your PS4?
Not here.
I think next week during finals, we're just gonna play PS4 and live stream it.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to watch that? Fans, would you? Would you like to watch us play PS4 games?
Can we hook it up? Do we have a
Oh my god.
do we have a cord we can hook up to the live
Yeah,
stream?
dude, we'll just take the output and put it straight into the Black Magic and live stream that with a camera, and then Karaf will put little picture-in-picture of everybody.
That actually sounds
When
really
did
good.
Matt and Tony break up anyway? Haha, Colin, that's good. Season 3, episode something, I don't remember.
Are those people all saying yes?
Everybody's
or no?
saying peace out to Maddie.
Aw. They want to see us play. You know what? I've never played Skyrim. If you want me to live stream Skyrim. For the
Skyrim,
first
dude, I would love to play my
That's
character.
half of my name.
I've never played before.
My character is not high level, but I maxed out my crafting skills, and I have like dragon bone armor and shit. Like I can walk around anywhere in
Should
Skyrim,
we
and there's
live
not a
stream it
single
then?
dragon that could kill me.
Should we live stream it? Let's
Yes,
play.
we
Okay,
should.
We'll do that.
We
next
should do a let's play. Maybe this summer we'll do let's plays. Let's play Skyrim with Bill on the 360. Which day are your D&D sessions recorded? Good question, Caleb. Whenever we can. This is the problem. It's everybody's got different schedules. People work. People are in clubs, sports, blah blah blah.
It's mostly Tony and Beth.
It's basically Tony and Beth are the reason why we can't do like a weekly live stream because they work all the time.
I want to.
And Tony's an emo boy, and sometimes he
try not
doesn't
to
feel
work.
good. Tony didn't feel too good this morning. Shh. All right, so hope all of you do great in your finals. They don't have to take finals.
We don't gotta do anything.
Hey. It's bullshit. At our high school, the seniors don't have to take finals.
Watch me hit the wall.
They get like exemptions. Like, I came to school every day. I'm exempt. I had to take finals senior year. It's
Yeah,
a
but
bunch
Bill,
of
look
bunch
where
of
you are now,
snowflake
Paul.
bullshit. That's what that is. All right. Anyway,
Hey, we're gonna play Skyrim. It's okay. It's our final.
do you high school students watch Critical Role? Jordan does. Jordan is a huge D&D nerd, and she like follows all that stuff. I do, but I don't think any of the. Oh yeah, Beecher does. Well, Beecher met Matt Mercer at GaryCon. Like he has a picture of him with Matt Mercer, like hanging out like a bunch of bros. And you know, speaking of conventions, while we're on a Feedback Friday, you know who's going to be at Gen Con? That's right, us. Once again, we are the official video crew for Gen Con this year, 2019. We will be in charge of both of the official Gen Con Twitch streams. So everything that you see live from Gen Con will be coming from us. Now, who's going to be there? Of course, you know me and Karafa. And then I believe we will have a crew of 4 girls. Samantha, Melissa, Jenny, and Jordan. And the boys, oh yeah. Oh, is Soph coming? 5 girls. And then the boys' room will be Beecher, Tony, Jack O'Brien, and Luke. So we're going to have a full crew at Gen Con. So if you guys are going to Gen Con, if anybody, yes, Critical Role will be at Gen Con. Everybody's at Gen Con. Satine, Stefan Picorni from Dwarven Forge, Joe Manganello, everybody who is anybody is at Gen Con. It's the biggest gaming convention. So with that, if any of you are going to be at Gen Con, you should come see us. I'll be there. And we'll make time to say hi to you and hang out. Jonathan, you should go, buddy. Look into it. It might not be too late.
Tell them all to go and say Rip Jake when they see us.
So Gen Con's going to be dope. And we should be on the docket for next year for GaryCon, which is a much smaller convention, but it's in Lake Geneva, the birthplace of D&D, where Gary Gygax lived and where TSR was located. And the Gygax family is there. It's an amazing convention. So we hope to see some of you guys at GaryCon. Yes. Go off screen. The motto for my town is Ka Nanny but Ka Awa. Okay. What is Gen Con? Gen Con is the Geneva Convention. It's been around for 52 years. It started in the 70s as a wargaming convention and expanded from there. It became the home for Dungeons and Dragons and now features thousands of games. Gen Con is the biggest gaming convention in North America. So it's pretty huge. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Yeah. Column, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. So it's a 2-hour drive from Chicago. We go up there with all the equipment. We do all the live streaming. So in both cases, if you guys go to the Gen Con YouTube channel, which I will post in the link, below. If you go to the Gen Con YouTube channel, the official channel has our video content recorded at Gen Con 2018. So I will share that with you now, the link below. So go subscribe to the Gen Con YouTube channel, and when you get a chance, watch some of the celebrity games, because we did all the video. It's pretty dope. And if you're going to Gen Con, you should come out to watch some of those games. Some of them are ticketed, but there's a live audience for the celebrity live stream games. Some of them are free, and it's just first come, first serve. So we will be there. That's my base of operations. That's July 31st through August 4th. What's a hay bar at a riverside called? Is it still Carla Haber? or a dock. I don't know. Dock? I think a dock. Wisconsin isn't too far from Switzerland. Yeah. I mean, if you have the money.
Oh no.
So, yeah, so we are excited. And then summer, you know, like I mentioned, if you're just tuning into the chat and you missed it, this summer we're going to be in full production. So, hopefully we'll have regular installments of B Team and the summer sessions and some one-shots and some D&D with college students. So look forward to that. I'm working on getting the crew back. So we may have some D&D with college students episodes featuring Willie and Trixie, as well as some D&D with college students episodes featuring Drake, Milo, and Rayloff. So we will see. We'll see. We will see. Nicholas asks, what would you think of allowing people to use their pole arms in close combat but reducing the damage dice to 1d4 plus modifier? I would say that's possible, and it makes sense from a physics perspective because you're not able to get the thrust that you need or the torque. I would be okay with that. Yes. When Carl gets back from college, I'm hoping that him and Matt Kavanaugh, who played Maximilian in Season 2, and Heather, who played Milo, and Max, who played Drake, will come back for some D&D with college students. And we will also have some one-shots with some of my patrons, so stay tuned for that in June.
What's one shot?
A one-shot is an adventure that's like one adventure. Now, I haven't decided if the Patreon games are going to be one-shots or if they're going to be a series, part of a series. I need to talk to the patrons and see how they feel about that level of commitment. But it should be pretty fun. I'm hoping to build the Patreon community up so that we have one Patreon game per week. But to do that, I need your money, because otherwise my wife will kill me. I mean, seriously. She'll be like, you're playing D&D for free? No. Snip. There goes my balls. All right, Nero, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, next week is going to be a banger, you guys. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 episodes of B Team, one after another. And then Friday, the season finale, episode 21 of season 3. It's going to be off the chain. Ryan Atkins, our friend from Vegas, is saying, my year's exams are already over because no snow days here and Critical Role is amazing. Yes. Yes. You should come to UMaCon in Detroit. Hey, you know what? I was invited to go to UMaCon, and then they decided they didn't want to pay for my travel expenses and hotel, so I was like, see ya, peace. But maybe I'll come. Jack O'Brien. You want to come say hi to the fans? Jack O'Brien. So here's another thing that we're doing that's not D&D related at all. Are you ready for this?
But it's awesome.
We're having a concert.
Yes, we are.
We're having a concert, and we're going to live stream it.
Yes.
So, Jam Fest is Friday, June 7th, live, 5 to 10
You
p.m.
have to come.
Central Standard Time. We're having a concert at a professional recording studio with a live audience, live video. It's going to be insane.
Even if you can't make it,
Even if you can't make it, tune in.
The stream. Really
And I'm
appreciate
dancing.
it.
That's right. I will be sharing information about that, but Friday, June 7th. Skylar's going to be dancing.
Yeah.
Luke Palisard's band For Equilibrium will be there. Jack is the host and MC.
Yeah. Liney canceled.
Oh.
So.
And we're in need of a DJ.
So I didn't.
Are we on version 6 now?
Yeah, we are on version 6 of the poster. Hopefully the final one. And I put Tony down and
Tony, my boy.
Tony's gonna.
So
play.
your own very own Cademan Tony will be playing live at
Watch
Jam
the
Fest.
stream.
Watch the stream. Oh, Scott Maris said that we should perform Giraffa.
Yo,
Yeah, actually, or
That-
Terps.
You know what? That might be
the
that
CEO
might be happening.
of Jams with Jack says yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
keep it open.
Yep.
June 7th from 5 to 10 p.m. CST
Alright, I gotta go
equals
home. I gotta
Jam
go.
Fest.
Bye-bye.
See you, Jack. Have fun. You know what else I'll do is I'll post the event link on Facebook
For jam?
for Jams with Jack. It is live.
Oh, that's mine.
It is live. The event is real. It's happening.
Ow.
This is the longest. This is like a hour and a half long Feedback Friday.
That is long.
It will be coming to an end soon though because of school ending and Bill has to go be dad. Gotta go be dad. I'm just loading up the events pages, so hang with me, people. I can copy this link to you all. So Jam Fest. Boom, boom, boom. Jam Fest. Boom. Tell the cousins I say hi. I will, for sure, Jonathan. The Giraffe song is its own standalone video. I took an excerpt from the episode where we performed Giraffe, and it's on the channel. Just search for Giraffe. J-A-R-A-F-F-A. J-A-R-A-F-F-A.
And then we celebrate it by a drop of password.
What? Do you know what episode that was?
That was episode 19, I think, when we did Giraffe. Giraffe, Rafa, Rafa, do 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 do. Giraffe, Rafa, Rafa, it's on Bill Allen World. Giraffe, Rafa, Rafa. Whoa, yes, Giraffe, Rafa, Rafa. His name was Giraffe. Do 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 do. Giraffe, Rafa, Rafa. Here's the link to Giraffe. Giraffe, Rafa, Rafa. Whoa, Giraffe. Now, any of you who are new to the channel, please know that I appreciate your subscribership. I love that you like and comment on the videos. And if it is in your wallet space, you may consider joining us on Patreon, where I post additional videos every week and other interesting things. There are a variety of pledge levels. From as low as $1 a month to $2, $5, $10, $20 or more. So thank you to all of my patrons, first and foremost, for helping make May's launch, this month's launch, a radical success. We have quite a few people jumping in to the Patreon, and I love your support because what that's going to allow me to do is make even more video content and to engage with you guys more with different kinds of live streaming events and Google Hangouts where it's a small group of people and we could literally bounce ideas. You know, if you're struggling with an idea to build a character, or you're a DM and you're trying to work through ideas and you just want to pick my brain, the Patreon is the way to have more direct access to me.
Mark is a big Tenacious D fan, it seems like, and I appreciate it, Mark.
Yes, Mark.
I love the reference.
Mark loves it. So David, welcome as a new person. But yeah, anything that you guys do to support. And you know what? Here's another thing. If you're part of like a forums or bulletin board or, you know, some Facebook group or page or something that's related to gaming and you have opportunities to kind of share stuff, please do. Because when other people share on social media, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, when you share those things, even if you don't have a lot of followers and other people share those things that are following you, that's how we get the word out. Because we have an incredible loyal following in a community that you guys are part of. And we rely on you to help spread the word. So, you know, anything related to DM tips, GM tips, the Feedback Friday stuff, obviously, D&D with high school students, Dungeon Mayhem, B-roll, From the Vault, any of my crafting videos. I have a large library of crafting videos, which we intend to expand on this summer as we do Crafty Thursday. That should be really fun. And we're going to bring in guests as much as we can for Crafty Thursday. So, like, Skyla wants to do craft stuff, and Jake said he would do stuff. Samantha said she was going to come in and do stuff. Heather said she wants to come and paint minis. So we're going to have, I have more than enough shit for us to do. Like, we'll be crafting all summer long. So that's another way that you guys can just join the community. You know, if you're new to crafting or if you're new to painting minis, I want to involve you. And I will point out, Joe Bracero says, past a hobo. Also, I will point this out. Some of our patrons have amazing skills. For example, DoD Spec Ops is a extremely talented mini painter. So I might involve him through Google Hangouts on one of our live streams and do a simple painting tutorial. How to take a basic, D&D unpainted mini or a Reaper Bones mini and how to start doing it. There are a lot of tutorials online, but it's another thing when you're actually doing it at the same time as someone. So that might be something that we try to put together for this summer as well. What is your favorite race class combo or multi-class combo? Okay, I love humans. They're flexible, they're versatile. A human could be good at any class. That said, I enjoy rogues, I enjoy warlocks, I enjoy fighters and druids. Don't really care for paladins. Rangers are cool, but rogues are cooler. If I chose between a warlock and a sorcerer, I'd always go warlock.
We should make Josh a warlock.
Even though I'm naturally a bard, and like if I teleported into the world of D&D, that's what I would be, a human bard. I don't actually play bards very often. My least favorite class is wizard. I never play wizards. Wizards are fine. I don't personally have anything against them, but wizards are,
Do you have a character, Bill?
I have lots of characters. So in my gaming weekend, for those of you, again, who are supporters of Patreon, at a certain level, you get access to my Google Drive, which contains many things like original music and pictures and images that you can use in your games, as well as audio podcasts and recordings, both audio and video, of private gaming sessions. So in my guys gaming weekend that I do every year with a bunch of old dads, I am currently playing Wakuda, who is a half-elf fighter with a sailor background.
That sounds familiar.
That's because Giraffa is basically Wakuda. It's the same build. But he's dope, isn't he, Jake?
You were going through that and I was like, that's me. Wait, that's me too. Wait, that is also me. I was just going through all my
Now, I will tell you, my second favorite character recently has been my halfling barbarian rogue, whose name is Kill. Kill is the only word he can say. So everything that he talks about, like if I was going to have a conversation in character as Kill, go ahead and talk to me.
How you doing today, man?
Kill.
What?
Kill.
Do you want to go do something else besides kill?
Kill.
Okay, let me go get my axe.
Kill. And then if he asks a question, it's like this. Kill? So that was fun. Kill is a very fun character to play, and I was told by my DM, King Fflueder Flam, also known as Dr. Daniel Moretta, that Kill is also a fun member of the party to have. My next favorite character is Ray. He is my half-elf rogue barbarian on Initiative Coffee Company's The Bard's Tale. And I play him on that show, and he's very fun to play. He is a cook. He is the cook for the party. And Ray is awesome. He's a lot of fun to play. So prior to that, I had my amazing highest level character that I've ever achieved in 5th edition, which was my human warlock, whose name was Asef. He was a divination warlock, and I got him up to 17th level before we ended that campaign. So that was amazing. 17th level human warlock.
What's the highest level?
20. 5th edition has 20th level.
I think we should all go around it.
So like, if your character, could your character that's level 17 fight off all of the group in A, B?
Easily. Easily.
How?
I had spells that would do hundreds of points of damage.
What?
Hundreds.
So you could with this, you could literally just kill everyone.
I could wipe you out and then teleport like that.
What?
In fact, I wouldn't even need to wipe you out because I had divination spells that were so powerful that I would know that you were coming before you even knew that I was there.
What?
17th level Warlock. Do you know how Beecher has Eldritch Blast?
No,
I
what's
could,
that?
the spell that he casts that does 1d10 damage, I could do the same thing
Dude, Giraffe
3
has
times
slimmed
in
down
one round.
so
What?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Giraffe's face.
Tabahi Rogue for life, David. I can't argue with that. Tabahi make fantastic rogues. That's why Sam's character whoops ass. DoD Spec Ops points out that you could join our Patreon community for as low as $1 a month. You could share your questions, your topics. I think I'm doing a pretty good job this month so far of responding to people within minutes, hours,
Days.
not even days.
Months.
Like the longest it's ever taken me was like 1 day, and that was because I was doing like a family thing. Column says, my first ever character after that wonderful video on character creation you made is a high elf druid sage who travels collecting and sharing knowledge while actively trying to avoid conflict. That is awesome. That is a fantastic character concept. I've been toying around with the idea of running a one-shot where all the characters are pacifists who will not shed blood, and they have to
Ooh, I
come
love
up.
that.
They have to come up with creative ways to solve problems.
I like that.
Yeah, maybe that'll be something we do this summer.
Versions of this video I have.
I'm also curious, why would they take the Stone Horse magic items out of 5e? I don't know the answer to that. Good question though, Nicholas. Marie, hey Marie Lestopad. Marie, look, we still watch. Marie, can you see? We still have your origami stars. They decorate the
origami.
window. Yeah, Marie sent those, and she said fidgets. Oh, the tripod almost fell. She said fidgets for Matthew, because Matthew has ADD. Thanks, Marie.
You leave? Hey.
Wanna bring me back some?
Have fun baseball playing.
Jack's going to baseball. Say bye, Jack.
Goodbye, everybody. It was
See
an
you
honor.
this summer.
I'll be back.
See you. Jack will be back for Tournament 2, Dungeon Mayhem Tournament 2, this summer, starting in June.
Let's get it.
See you, man. Roland Dale. In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone across the Courtesy Bay,
Out there.
the white palaces of fashionable East Egg glittered along the water, and the history of the summer really begins on the evening. Roland, what drugs are you on? That makes no sense at all. Did that...
He's right out there, isn't he?
He said,
Roland, you
"Out
are
the
amazing.
window."
Yes, Nicholas says, will not shed blood, but nobody said anything about fire or acid. Good point. A non-fighting campaign sounds fascinating and potentially quite complex. Good luck getting your students to stop killing everything they see. Yes, that is the challenge, isn't it?
What? Having us not kill everything?
Yes. Roland is quoting Gatsby. Oh, Jordan's on. Hi, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. We were talking about your character.
Jordan, we were just talking about Gen Con and how exciting it is that you get to meet all the famous people at Gen Con. Like Matthew Mercer. And Stefan Perko. And Skylar Stillo.
Who will be riding the bus with you?
Normandy, with a tower on one side, spanking new under a thin beard of raw ivy and a marble swimming pool and more than 40 acres of lawn and garden. It was Gatsby's mansion. Thank you, Roland, for contributing school to this stream. Thank you. Well, kids, it's been a really long 103-minute stream. Yes,
My arm is
Jam Fest.
They're sore.
Jam Fest.
We'll be back with Skyrim next week.
No way, really?
Yeah, I think we're gonna. Jake's down with that idea, and so am I.
I'll let's play Skyrim.
We'll just do some Let's Plays.
So am I.
And in case you missed it, we're having a non-D&D event called Jam Fest, featuring 5 bands performing live. We will be multicam live streamed in HD from the Jam Lab in wonderful Brookfield, just outside of Chicago. You will be able to watch it live. The event page on Facebook has been posted, so make sure you tune in. And once again, in closing, I want to say thank you to all of you for subscribing, for supporting, for liking, for sharing, for commenting. And if you can afford it, please consider joining us on Patreon. Also, don't forget, we have a merchandise store on Teespring, and it's loaded with all sorts of good stuff. So buy your D&D with high school students swag. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Skyka, any words to say for anybody?
No.
No.
Bye.
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 Bye, Jake. Bye, Joe.
Bye.
Bye, Jaws. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.